It's hard to believe that NIATx is already 10 years old. It seems like it just happened that I first heard about NIATx, and it's kind of a funny story, so I'll tell you. I was in business school. It was back when I worked in the state, and I was in business school and learning all these cool things about process improvement and systems and things that people teach in business school about that. And I kept going to my professors and saying, well, I work in social services and behavioral health. How can I bring this to my own work? And they all shrugged and said, we don't know, Kim. We don't know how you do that. And then I kept thinking, well, what am I getting business school for? But then I was at a presentation that NASADAD was putting on, the State Directors Association, and Mady Chalk was doing this presentation. And she was talking about this thing called NIATx. And it was everything that I had wanted to be able to do. I was so excited. It was focused on access and retention, and it was talking about process improvement, all the stuff I had been learning in school. And I just went up to her and I said, I want to do this in my state. I don't need a grant or anything. I just want to do it. So we did. We did it in Maine. We had one of the providers that was in the original Robert Wood Johnson funded project. It was one of the hospitals in the state of Maine, and so I got Lynn Madden and Scott Farnham, who were leading the project there, to work with me, and we got a bunch of providers in Maine to do a NIATx project. And it was everything it promised to be. We had amazing outcomes, and I very quickly wrote 2 grants so I could expand it in Maine. And unbelievably, we got both grants. And so then we had to do both grants. And I just became, at that point, really active in NIATx. And when the conversation about having the action campaign started, I decided that I would make the move and leave state government and come to work for NIATx. And the funny part of the story is, for a really long time, I didn't know that NIATx was this research center at the University of Wisconsin. I thought it was a verb. I thought it just described this thing that people were doing, and it was an acronym, but I didn't know that it was associated with anything in particular. And I mean, that was probably not just when I was introduced to it, but probably for the whole first year that I was doing NIATx projects. I just thought that was a verb and that we were NIATxing things. I really didn't know where it came from. So finally I did get introduced to all the University of Wisconsin folks and met Dave Gustafson and then came to work with Dave. So I've been here now 6 years. So I've been with NIATx 6 of the 10 years, and it's just been an incredible, amazing experience. And we've met and worked with so many providers across the country, and it's just been a lot of fun.